You know what really separates the people who reach financial independence from those who just don't? It's not about a bigger paycheck. It's about building a smarter system. Today, we're taking a deep dive into the next crucial step of the golden path to financial independence.
All right, so you did it. You bought that first rental property, or maybe you launched that online business. You've made it, you're on the path, you're safe now, right? Well, not so fast. Welcome to Step 12. This is where we talk about why the number 1 is the absolute most dangerous number in all of finance.
It's a really common feeling, isn't it? That huge wave of relief when you finally get your first asset running. But what if I told you you've basically just designed a transatlantic jet with only one engine? The moment that one engine has a problem, you're not flying anymore, you're falling. See, you haven't built the safety net yet. You've just swapped one single point of failure for another one.
Now, this whole strategy comes from the mind of Tamir Kaham. He's the creator of the YouTube channel, The Golden Path to Financial Independence, and he's the architect behind this entire 3 stages, 13 steps framework. What's so unique here is his background. He's also the official Hebrew translator of The Richest Man in Babylon. So what you're getting is this incredible blend of modern systems engineering with financial wisdom that has literally stood the test of millennia.
So who is this really for? Well, if you've just nailed Step 11 and you've got that first income-producing asset, this is for you. Think of it this way. Your rocket has left the launch pad, which is amazing, but you're not safely in orbit yet. And believe it or not, this is actually one of the most vulnerable points in the whole journey.
Let's start by putting on our engineer hats for just a minute so we can really diagnose this issue. We call it the one-engine plane problem.
The technical term for this is a single point of failure, or SPOF for short. It's any, and I mean any single part of a system that, if it goes down, the entire thing just stops working. Think about your salary. That's a business with exactly one customer, your employer. What about that one rental property? That's a business with exactly one customer, your tenant. If that one single point fails, poof, your income goes to 0, instantly. It's a financial house of cards, and all it takes is one little gust of wind.
Okay, so if that's the problem, how do we fix it? How do we go from being fragile to truly resilient? Well, it's not just about what you do next. It all starts with how you think.
This is where the real work happens. It's a psychological transformation. The employee mindset is always looking for safety through dependence. It looks outward for security. But the asset owner mindset, that's completely different. It finds safety through resilience. You stop looking to a boss or a company for security, and you start looking inward, at the actual strength of your own system. The question completely changes. It's no longer, is my job safe? It becomes, how resilient are my cash flows? How many engines does my plane actually have?
And this right here is a classic trap where so many people go wrong. It's called the clustering mistake. They buy a condo, it goes pretty well, so what do? They buy 3 more, in the exact same building. They think they're diversifying, but they're not. They're actually concentrating all their risk. You haven't built 4 separate engines, you've just built one giant single engine that's now even more vulnerable. So, if putting all your eggs in one basket, or even in the same building, is a huge mistake, what's the right way to diversify? Let's take a look at the blueprint.
I want you to think of your portfolio like a well-balanced meal. You wouldn't just eat carbs, right? You need different food groups to be healthy. The exact same thing is true for your assets. To be financially healthy, you need a mix of these 4 buckets: digital, financial markets, physical assets, and intellectual property. Each one behaves differently in different economic climates, and that's what protects you from all kinds of different risks.
Okay, are you feeling a little overwhelmed by all this? Don't be. This isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. And that's where the pacing rule comes in. This is your anti-burnout strategy. The rule is simple. Build one asset at a time. Get good at it, stabilize it, make sure it's running smoothly, and then, only then, do you move on to the next one. This is about building a solid foundation, brick by brick, not a flimsy house of cards.
And now, this is where it gets really, really cool. We're not just trying to build a system that can survive a shock. We're aiming to build a system that actually gets stronger from them. We are designing an anti-fragile system.
So how do we do that? We do it with a 3-tier portfolio architecture. The best way to think about this is you have your foundation, you have your main structure, and then you have your rocket fuel. It's all about intelligently balancing risk and reward across your entire system, not just in one corner of it. Let's break this down. Tier 1, core stability, that's your foundation. It's the biggest part, 40 to 50%. Its only job is to be predictable and keep the lights on no matter what. Tier 2, growth income. This is like the walls and roof of your house. It's there to grow and beat inflation. And then you have Tier 3, the high-yield portion. This is the fun part. It's the rocket fuel. These are your small, calculated bets that have a massive asymmetric upside. They might not all pay off, but the ones that do can change everything.
This is the journey we're all on, from being a financial victim to a financial victor. Fragile systems break under stress. Resilient systems survive the stress, but the anti-fragile, they thrive on it. When everyone else is panicking during a market crash, the anti-fragile person is shopping. For them, a crash isn't a catastrophe, it's a fire sale. This quote says it all. This is the ultimate financial superpower. You're not just hunkering down and trying to survive the storm. You are actively harnessing its power. Every crisis, every bit of chaos becomes a golden opportunity to buy high-quality assets at a huge discount, making your entire system even stronger for the long run.
So are you ready to start building your own anti-fragile system? Good. Here's your action plan for this week.
Okay, here's your challenge. First, I want you to inventory every single stream of money coming into your life. Write it all down. Second, do a SPOF analysis. For each one, ask the scary question. What single event would completely wipe this out? That uncomfortable feeling you get in your stomach, that's your roadmap. That's showing you where you're weak. And finally, task 3. Choose one new asset class that directly addresses that weakness and just start researching it. That's it. Your journey to anti-fragility starts today. And of course, a quick but very important note. All of this content is strictly for educational purposes. It is not personalized financial advice. There are absolutely no guarantees of results, and you are responsible for consulting qualified professionals and making your own decisions.
So let's wrap this up. The biggest takeaway is simple. 1 is the most dangerous number in finance. Your job is not to own an asset. It's to build a fleet of assets. And you do that by using the 4 buckets and the 3-tier structure. The ultimate goal isn't just to be safe. It's to become anti-fragile. Because in the end, you'll realize the portfolio itself is the ultimate asset.
If you want to go even deeper on this, you can find the full podcast series by searching for Deep Dive Golden Path. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, The Golden Path to Financial Independence, to get the entire series. Thanks so much for joining us. Next time, we're going to tackle the final step on the path to financial independence. Until then, ask yourself this: is your financial life built just to survive, or is it built to thrive?